Dan Campbell talking recently about the improvements made to a roster that once upon a time was perpetually and perennially the worst in the NFL in Detroit. Now it's pretty damn good. It's so good that it's causing problems when it's time to trim the roster down to 53. Here's Campbell from yesterday.
I mean, shoot, 21, we were, I mean, you know, we were wide open. I mean, literally wide open. You know, you had an idea that Sewell was going to make it, and we drafted him 7 overall. You know, and you have an idea on some of these guys, but there was a whole roster full of, we have no idea. We don't know who's going to be the next receiver. We don't know, you know, linebacker position, the D-line. I mean, it was wide open, and, you know, and so now here we are, and you feel like you've tied down most of these spots, and we're going to have to let go of some good players. You know, I think ultimately that I think can play in this league at some point here at different positions, and that's a hard thing to do. But it also shows where our roster is at to this point. It's grown a ton. Brad's done a hell of a job.
Hey, and before you let those guys go, you get Brad Holmes, the GM, working the phones to see if you can trade this guy for a low-round pick, that guy for a low-round pick, instead of putting him in waivers.
Yeah, right.
Because, you know, anybody that's got 4 or actually fewer than 4 years of service has to go through waivers. If you're a vested veteran, you immediately become a free agent. But for some of these guys, there may be benefit in one of the better teams that would be low on the pecking order throwing a conditional 6 or 7, anything to the Lions. Anything's better than just cutting the guy. So if they have that many highly talented players, we should see some trades. That'll be the proof. If there's that many great players, if they have far too many great players and they have spots, there will be other teams trying to improve their rosters who will trade for those Lions players.
Yeah, you're right. It's got to meet up where those teams have desperate needs at some of those positions that those players that might, you know, be on the chopping block for the Lions to make that match, right? Because what happens too is a lot of the league starts to when you're in the front office, there's guys working in there right now going, wait, we expect this guy to be cut on that team, this guy, that guy, this guy, right? They can't keep 12 offensive linemen. Wait, so there's 3 of these guys got to be gone, blah, blah, blah. So teams are keeping track of that, and there's no doubt about that. And the really good teams are really deep, right? So they're going to have some players that are backups or whatever else, and another team's going to look at it and go, ooh, he's like a fringe starter for us. We need him. Like, he's a great backup for you because you have a star at that position. But for us, he's going to play a lot. We need him, and we're desperate because blah, blah, blah got hurt. So now, yeah, we'll trade a 5th round to get him right now so he doesn't, you know, have the chance to go wherever he wants. There's certainly, I think, with some of the good teams, yeah, some of those middle-class teams got their eye on their roster and what they do cut day.
20 of the 23 players drafted by the Lions from 21 through 23 are still with the team.
They're kicking butt.
For now.
Right.
For now.
Right.
It's Tuesday. That's when the roster's cut. Remember, they went through a period where it was one fell swoop, and then they went back to 2 steps, and now it's one fell swoop. And I think the key is you want to have rosters at 90 to get through that last preseason game, so you got maximum flexibility as to how many guys you're going to say you're not playing. So they need the extra bodies to get through the last preseason game. And for the players, it's one last chance to make an impression on someone, either your current employer or someone else that may be saying, ooh, if they cut this guy, we'll put in a waiver claim for him, or maybe we'll even try to trade for him before it gets to that. Hi, it's Mike Florio. Thanks for watching PFT on YouTube. Hit subscribe for the latest news and analysis from Pro Football Talk.